November 10, 2019. Evo Morales, Bolivia's president for 14 years, packs a bag. He doesn't hold a press conference. He doesn't negotiate. He doesn't fight. He runs. Asylum in Mexico, then Argentina, then exile. Within 72 hours, the government he built is gone. The constitution he wrote is suspended. And the deal he canceled, the deal that may have cost him everything, is back on the table. That deal was about lithium. And under Bolivia's feet lies the largest lithium deposit on planet Earth. You've heard of oil wars. Iraq, Libya, the Persian Gulf. The entire architecture of 20th century geopolitics was built around whoever controlled the oil. The 21st century has a new oil, lithium. It's inside your phone, inside your laptop, inside every electric vehicle on every road on Earth, inside the guided missiles that decide wars, inside the satellites that watch your every move. Without lithium, the green energy revolution stops. Without lithium, the EV transition dies. Without lithium, the next generation of military technology doesn't exist. And Bolivia has more of it than any other nation on Earth. 64% of the planet's known lithium reserves, sitting beneath one salt flat. One white, blinding, silent desert in the Andes. The Salar de Uyuni. 10.2 million tons, untouched, waiting. Bolivia is one of the poorest countries in South America, and it is sitting on the most strategically valuable mineral on Earth. That combination in the history of geopolitics has never ended well for the country that holds the resource. Evo Morales understood what Bolivia had. He spent 14 years trying to make sure Bolivia, not foreign corporations, would control it. In 2018, he signed a deal with ACI Systems Alemania, a German company. The terms: Germany gets lithium access, Bolivia gets a battery manufacturing plant. Jobs, technology, revenue. On paper, it looked like a fair trade, but Bolivia's people didn't see it that way. The protests came from within, indigenous communities in the Potosi region, the people who lived on top of the lithium. They said, the deal gives too much away. They said, our resource, our terms. Morales listened. In November 2019, weeks before he was ousted, he canceled the deal. He announced Bolivia would go it alone. State-controlled extraction, Bolivian profit, no foreign corporation setting the terms. 11 days later, he was on a plane to Mexico. Was it a coincidence, or was it a consequence? The official story: Morales stole an election. October 2019, presidential vote. The count is suspended mid-tally. It resumes, and Morales' lead jumps. The OAS, the Organization of American States, calls it fraud. The military withdraws support. The police mutiny. Morales is finished. That is the official story. Here is what the official story leaves out. The MIT election. Data and Science Lab, one of the most rigorous electoral analysis institutions in the world, reviewed the OAS findings. Their conclusion: there was no fraud. The vote count jump had a simple explanation: late rural ballots, regions that historically vote overwhelmingly for Morales. Coming in last, as they always do. The Washington Post ran the analysis. The New York Times acknowledged it. The OAS never retracted its original report. The narrative had already done its job. Morales was gone. The interim government led by Janine Áñez took power within 72 hours. One of her first acts? Reopen lithium negotiations with foreign corporations. The deal Morales canceled came back on the table in 72 hours. Before you call this a conspiracy theory, consider the pattern. 1953, Iran. Mohammad Mossadegh nationalizes Iranian oil. The CIA removes him. A pro-Western Shah takes power. Oil contracts restored. 1973, Chile. Salvador Allende nationalizes copper. The CIA backs Pinochet. Allende is dead. Copper contracts restored. 2002, Venezuela. Hugo Chavez moves to control oil revenues. A coup attempt backed by Washington briefly removes him. He survives. Barely. And now 2019, Bolivia. Morales cancels a lithium deal. He is removed. The deal is restored. The resource changes. The playbook doesn't. Oil, copper, oil, lithium. The commodity shifts with the century. The method stays the same. Bolivia is not alone in this story. There is a triangle: Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, 3 countries, 1 shared geology, 58% of the world's lithium reserves, the Lithium Triangle. And every single one of these nations has faced the same fundamental choice. Control your resource or let someone else control it for you. Chile learned this lesson in 1973 with copper. Argentina is learning it now as foreign mining licenses accelerate under Milei. Bolivia learned it in 2019. China moved first. While the West debated democracy in Bolivia, Chinese companies quietly moved in. KTL, BYD, Ganfeng Lithium. Today, China controls 68% of global lithium processing. They don't need to own the ground. They just need to own the refinery. Whoever processes the lithium controls the lithium. While the West staged a coup to restore one German company's contract, China built an entire supply chain. The West won the battle. China is winning the war. Morales came back. 2020. New election. His party wins. Luis Arce, his former finance minister, takes power. Áñez is arrested, tried, convicted, sentenced to 10 years for sedition. Bolivia is trying to reclaim control. But the lithium story got more complicated. Global lithium prices collapsed in 2023 and 2024. Overproduction. Slower than expected EV adoption. The mineral that was worth everything suddenly worth 60% less. Bolivia still hasn't built the processing infrastructure it needs. It still lacks the technology to refine its own brine. It is still negotiating from a position of weakness with the same corporations that circled it like vultures 5 years ago. The resource is there. The power to use it still out of reach. That's the brutal truth about resource wealth without industrial power. You don't own what you can't process. Here is the truth that reframes everything you just heard. The Bolivia lithium coup. If that's what it was, achieved almost nothing. The man they ousted came back. The government they installed was convicted. The deal they restored was canceled again. And yet, Bolivia is still poor. Its lithium is still largely unprocessed. Foreign corporations are still circling. China now controls the refinery. The coup failed, but so did the resistance. Because in the 21st century, you don't win a resource war by controlling the ground. You win it by controlling what happens next: the extraction, the processing, the supply chain, the technology. Bolivia has the lithium. Everyone else has everything else. And in that gap, the future of the electric age is already being decided, without Bolivia's permission, without yours. Now you know. The Lithium Triangle is the Persian Gulf of the 21st century. 3 countries, 1 resource, every superpower competing for control. The next video covers what happens when that competition turns into open economic warfare. Subscribe. You'll want to see where this goes.